Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24, and today we're going to be rebuilding the New York Jets. And I know there's probably some of you guys looking at this like, hey, what about teams that you haven't rebuilt at all, or teams that I've only done a fantasy style or some sort of different scenario for, but not a true realistic rebuild for? We'll get to every team, all right? We will, and there's probably going to be repeats of teams that, you know, have a different outlook, or they're in a different spot now than they were early on, and you know, we're going to be using the real draft classes now, so things are going to change a little bit. But mainly this Jets one, when I first did this earlier in the year, we went 10-7. Even without Rodgers, we went 10-7, made the playoffs. Then Rodgers retired, I'm pretty sure, the very next year. So we didn't get a single year out of Rodgers, like, at all. So what I'm going to be doing is, once we get to the playoffs, I'm going to drop Rodgers' age to like 20, so then he could play one season. I'll put him back at 40, and if he retires after that, so be it. But I want to have a chance with this Jets team to potentially go on and have that Cinderella story, if you will. It is a team that is banking a lot on Rodgers, right? And, you know, it kind of sucks for them that he, you know, went down. And as a Packers fan, it really sucks, because while there's still going to be probably a pretty high second-round pick, if Rodgers played all those snaps, it would have been a first-round pick. But of course, looking at the offense, Zach Wilson and company, I don't know if there's really much to say here. In Madden terms, you have a future center, maybe a tackle, a running back, and a wide receiver. But in real life, boy, has there not been a lot to talk about. I would say most Jets fans, most fans in general, kind of knew Allen Lazard really wasn't the best receiver, especially if you don't have Rodgers throwing to him. I just don't get it, right? Like, Rodgers can cry all the time about, like, you know, the Packers don't bring in the guys he wants. They don't keep the guys he wants, and, you know, it's not about the players in Green. And then he brings them all with him, and, like, they kind of, like, suck, you know? Like, it's, I don't know. But, Garrett Wilson's pretty cool. Breece Hall's pretty cool. Everyone else, you know, Conklin, I guess, but he's old. I mean, there's not much going on in the offense. But the defense has actually played really well, as, you know, we kind of expect from the Jets. They can only do so much, right? This offense is abysmal. The defense is, I mean, pretty good top to bottom. I'm surprised DJ Reed isn't star. I feel like he's been at least above average for how many seasons now? Quentin Williams obviously killed it. Part of that sophomore boom, if you will. Was it sophomore boom or 3-year boom? I don't know, but there was a bunch of DTs in the league that obviously kind of struggled as rookies and then just killed it the following year. Like, there was a ton of them. It's not like it was just one or two. It was a ton of them. CJ Mosley is back to, like, Ravens prime Mosley. Quincy Williams is playing well. Garner obviously playing well. The edge, while it's not the worst in the world, you definitely expect it with the depth they had to be better than this. Obviously, Carl Lawson is a really low overall player. I mean, there's a lot of decent names here on defense, and not even just for, like, you know, real-life talking points, but some, you know, future names here for Sim. Obviously, don't have to worry about cornerback 1, DT 1, debatably DT 2, because I'm going to be playing John Franklin Myers there. Bryce Huff, maybe. Jermaine Johnson, I will say I worry about, because he is 24 years old and insanely raw. And obviously, Will McDonald in the game is also very old for a young player developing, 24 years old to be exact. And, I mean, from a true, like, straight Madden standpoint, I don't know what to do about that. And then offense, we need so much. It hurts. Obviously, no second-round pick, as we talked about it. The trade with Rodgers, giving that over to the Packers. Not getting the snaps with Rodgers obviously means they get to keep that first-round pick, but they would probably rather have him out there. As, I mean, while there's a lot of problems on this team, a good Hall of Fame quarterback could definitely mask a lot. And once again, as a Packers fan, boy, do I know about that statement. All right, so obviously we're looking at those re-signings, and Mekhi Becton, man, I mean, he's just, I would love to keep him in game, but as far as realism goes, it's just not happening, dude. Just let him be in free agency. I mean, I don't know what to do, because, like, he's a superstar lineman, but at the same time, it's just not happening, right? There's just no way. I re-signed Bryce Huff, and I re-signed Whitehead. We're going to probably let Elijah Vera Tucker, like, go on this 5th year and just re-sign him, because that 5th year is actually going to turn into, like, a 1-year 10, so there's really no point. And, you know, we're broke, and we don't have many players on offense that are talented. Sweet. And of course, as you do, we lose to the Patriots, though. We win like 2 of the last 3, which is just fantastic, because it's not like there's teams in here that, you wouldn't expect to lose to. I mean, maybe they win, but I would at least expect 2 out of the last 3 to be losses, but at least we got 1 loss. And I say at least because, I mean, we don't want to make the playoffs. Let's be honest. We do not want to make the playoffs with this team. Looking at the numbers, there's not really much to say, right? There's not much to say. Let's move on to the defensive numbers, see if there's anyone with a dev-up potential. Probably not. Quincy Williams, pretty good, though, in fairness. But Bryce Huff, maybe. Quincy should go up in dev. Quentin, not bad. The rest, pretty bad. I mean, there's not much going on. This is like, we're just getting to the draft at this point. That's really all there is to it. Let's take a look at the award wins. You've seen 32nd offense. Kind of hard to win games when that's the case. Jalen Hurts ends up winning MVP, which is definitely something. Any award wins? Probably not, right? We had nothing. As for our retirements, Al Woods, Randall Cobb, Thomas Morstead, and Dwayne Brown. Rodgers probably forced him into retirement after not really doing super well on the block. But let's take a look at the potential dev-ups. Maybe Breece Hall, if we're lucky. Not going to be the case. Rodgers, obviously, here, keeping him at that 85 overall. Was he 85, 86? I don't know, but we're going to be putting him at 40, obviously, after this. We need to work on that offensive line. Obviously, weapons are a problem as well. Hopefully, there's some free agent names. Anyone on defense that went up in dev. Dev for Quincy. Whitehead, I think, also went up in dev. And then Bryce Huff did not, which is really disappointing. And that is pretty much that. Let's go to the offseason. I'm really hoping that there's money we can move, and obviously maybe a couple of pieces that we're missing in free agency waiting for us. Maybe a decent wide receiver wants to come join Rodgers and maybe win a magical ring, which would be ridiculous if that actually happened. But negotiations, $33 million pretty much, and we took care of like all the contracts. Obviously, Mekhi Becton is a guy, like I said, at 25, superstar, whatnot. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It just hasn't worked out for the Jets. They just need to move on at this point. Free agents, I didn't see their, if we can get rid of anyone. Chase Young did go to free agency. Christian Wilkins is a decent name. Grant Del Pitts. Okay, so there are some names here, actually. Wide receiver doesn't seem to really be one of them. Chase Young, huh? I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, the Niners kind of gave up a decent pick, but we've seen worse, right? Like Mohamed Sanu to the Patriots. That was a really bad move. So, Chase Young chasing a ring. It wouldn't be the worst loss in the world to give up a late third round pick to get him, even if you can't re-sign him. Well, we didn't get Chase Young. He ended up going to the Patriots, a 2-year $40, so we get to play against him, which is pretty cool. But hey, I got overpaid Andrew Norwell, 77 overall, making like $12 million for us, but we have so little talent on the offensive line, I kind of had no choice. And honestly, we're so screwed. I'm just going to play him at tackle. You know what? I'm actually going to play him at left tackle. I'm pretty sure he's like played there, right? So let's play him at left tackle. He's our new blindside blocker. We're that desperate. And then with that, we're going to be moving Andrew Norwell to guard, and we basically just need a new right tackle. Obviously, long-term wise, we need even more, but, here we are. Of course, this could also hurt us in the long run because Elijah Vera-Tucker is going to be asking for a lot more money at left tackle than he was at right guard, I'd imagine. So that's going to be a fun one. Let's also move John Franklin Myers over to DT. I was willing to go for Chase Young because in real life, sure, Jermaine Johnson, Bryce Huff, and even Will McDonald could be a great group. But in Madden, 25-year-olds that are under 75 overall just don't really work out. So I was willing to, skip the line a little bit if it meant having a better edge group, and it didn't really work out for us, did it? Let's see if there's any other names we can kind of get rid of. We can get rid of Laken Tomlinson, but we're desperate at the moment. And Mosley, he's good enough to where even though he's worth a lot of money, that I'll keep him. Uzama, I think, has got to go. And did I put an Andrew Norwell? My subconscious was like, we really need a tackle, bro. Just do it. But, let's get rid of Uzama and then move Andrew Norwell to guard, I suppose, and draft a team that just won't be good enough for Rodgers to win a Super Bowl with, but who freaking knows, I guess. I'm trying to trade pick 8 because we obviously need to move down. We have no second-round pick, and if we're really trying to build a team for now, we can't be drafting these, high draft pick. Sure, you're set at one position. We need multiple players here, and we really need a wide receiver more than anything. I'm really debating what I want to do because we have a couple of options. T. Higgins was even one of them, which kind of feels like a realistic move for the, real world. I don't know, dude. T. Higgins, a second next year, but that would leave us to the third round. I mean, does Rodgers really have time to for us to draft a guy, hope he's great out the gate? Because if he's not great out the gate, I mean, the window's gone. All I'm seeing right now is, unless the Jets really nail it in the draft, man, are things not looking good for them to have that magical season, to be honest. Drake London's up there, too, as an option. Is that the most realistic thing, though? I think if any of these trades are realistic, it's the one for T. Higgins, but I think I'm going to try to get to 25. I'm going to try to get as much as I can, go to 25. All right, we made a trade. Pick 8 overall for T. Higgins. Their second-round pick and fourth-round picks. The Jets now have another future wide receiver here. The Bengals not having to worry about paying for that wide receiver in T. Higgins. We have him. Actually, it said he had several years left. Did they re-sign him? Oh, no, it would have probably happened. Because I don't remember seeing his name being re-signed. It would have been a huge deal. So they don't have to worry about re-signing him now. Alan Lazard pisses me off, though. Why? Don't fall for Rodgers' bull crap. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what a good wide receiver looks like, other than Devontae. He's had some good wide receivers, but he seems to want to hold on to the worst ones. He wanted Kumaro back for so long. He keeps bringing Randall Cobb. As much as a Randall Cobb fan I am and was, these guys are past their prime, bro. But either way, we have some weapons. We do have some weapons on the offensive side of the ball. So that, losing that pick 8 is massive. But T. Higgins will be here for a long time, right? And we still get 49. We still get, 113. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But we still need O-line. A tight end wouldn't hurt either, but yeah, O-line is our biggest issue right now. All right, here we are in the draft. The Bears with pick 1 overall. Do they actually go QB? They don't. Marvin Harrison Jr. looking like the number 1 pick more and more each day. We're going to move on to our next pick. We really don't have the ability to trade up. If anything, we would look to maybe even trade down again. Options, obviously. It's a user class. We're using Bengals class again. And, if it's a user class, there's going to be some depth at certain positions. Wide receiver kind of seems to be one of them. Tight end, Tyler Warren is interesting. 6'4", 21 years old. Pretty athletic. Some pretty good key ratings, but I kind of want to go with Bell, as even though he's a little bit more raw, I can get him a little bit later, and he is more athletic, so I kind of want to go with him. And then Nesbitt, I think we recently went for, and he was a normal dev. O-line is a problem for us, though, and Barton is a 1 to 2 talent grade, but he does have a D run block. I'm debating, because you also have Jackson Powers Johnson. I didn't get to scout him further. I had a lot of different names here that I was trying to scout, and it's just tough, right? It's just tough. There's so many different names. But what about Wallace? Trevin Wallace, very athletic, with B block shed, B power move. We could use a pass rusher. But I also do have a DT. Where the hell was he, actually? I have a DT I think was pretty athletic. I think his name was Newton. So A power move, A finesse, A tackle, C block shed. Could he play edge? 300 pounds is a lot, but he is athletic. So maybe we go with him at pick 8. I'm thinking, since I don't know much about the O-line, and I'm pretty sure last time we drafted in this class, we drafted 1 or 2 normal devs. I'm going to go a little bit higher, I think, this time with Graham Barton. Now, this guy isn't hidden. I probably give up on hidden lineman. Yes! Hidden dev. And, 86 strength. Not the fastest guy in the world, but we got ourselves a new lineman. I have no idea if he has any ability to play tackle, but he's probably going to be playing tackle for us no matter what. Of course, our next pick after this pick is in the 4th round. If Newton's there, I think I'm going to take him and play him an edge. I really do. Wide receiver, though. Tez Walker. Couple of decent ratings. Pretty athletic for 6'3". I'm debating it, but we don't really need him because we have T. Higgins now. I'm debating it. I am debating it. We could use another offensive lineman as well. If Newton's there, I think I'm going to take him. He's there. I mean, he looks too good not to. We're going to be taking Newton to play edge. And he is hidden, and he absolutely can play edge. 80 speed, 88 excel, 91 speed. I've seen a couple of other DTs that are maybe borderline edge available, but he was by far the fastest. There was no one even close to as fast as him. There was a couple of other edge rushers, but they were all like potential guys, and I didn't actually have them scouted, whereas Newton I did. So we have a lot of guys like Wallace, but B power move, B block shed, I don't know compared to A. You know, A and A, that's a little bit better than B and B. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. Well, let me tell you, our run defense should be pretty good. We got some huge players at the edge position, or D-line position in general. I do want that tight end. He's a day 4. I don't know when he goes, and even though I know Nesbitt is normal, I don't... Man, I feel like I could still just use him. Nah, I'm going to trade up. I want him. I want the tight end. He's fast as hell. I need him. Did I overtrade? I don't know. We traded 104 and 114 for 89. That's, I mean, about 14 spots, right? Or something like that. It's a number. It's a number of spots. And, you know, it's not a low number of spots. That's all I can really say. I'm going to make sure I do want Nesbitt, though, because there are some other options. Mahogany, did we draft him? The name seems so familiar, but I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Linebacker is here, too. Oh, Burke, the corner. Oh, my God, I'm kind of selling if I... do I take the tight end? He's fast, but he's day 3. He could be there at 17. Do I take the corner? DJ Reed is a better number 3 than he is number 2. And Burke looks good. Did we see him before? 21 years old, 6'1". Not the fastest, but definitely fast enough. Barron's there, too. We have a lot of corners, so... Damn, son. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Bell. Screw it. Please be hidden. We trade a 5th this and our 4th this to move up like 15 spots in the 4th round because the final remaining corner that I'm willing to draft is there. Safety is definitely a problem for us as well, but maybe one of the corners we have could play safety or something like that. Maybe Bryce Hall. I don't know, but do we actually have a safety, speaking of? Malachi Moore, 6'4" James Williams. 6'4". I feel like I got it. It's hard to tell, though, because Kalen Carson, a bunch of them were like B, so does that even mean they're actually B? I'm taking them anyways. I don't care. Normal dev, a lot of 91s in there. Maybe one of the later safeties will be there at picks 8 in the 6th round. I don't know. No linebacker, though, which is a little bit of an L. Teez Walker was still there, or Tez Walker, I should say. I'd imagine is how his name is said. Was there, anyways. Safety? Member Ransom. I'm going to go for whoever's fastest. I just looked at the zone coverage and put on whoever the fastest, players were. There was a couple of other C or A to C UDFAs, but none of them were really that fast. I'm going to go with... do I go with McMillan? Let's see what the other positions look like. There was a fast wide receiver in Earl. Yeah, let's just go with McMillan. Going to the UDFA McMillan. Why not? Normal dev, 91 speed, 89 excel. Fast enough, I guess, but how bad is he? All right, let's go on to the recap. I think we did all right? Because the big ticket item really was T. Higgins. With the 8 trading out for T and, 49 and all that, you could pretty much argue that he was like, pick 15, pick 20 on his own, basically. So definitely a high trade to grab him. Now, no longer superstar, but still young. 74, 76, really good. 71, 72, and 66 overall. So the tight end, probably not worth it. Barton, I don't know the dev. We'll find out in a sec when I switch into right tackle. Very good at pass block. Not the most athletic guy in the world, but good to be playing him at right tackle. Whether or not he can play it in real life, I don't care. Right? I just don't care. We are desperate. We're moving our guards to tackle. I didn't even look at his dev. Oh, well, we'll find out in a sec. Newton. He looked like a little bit of a steal. Ooh! Those ratings would be like ultra steal. That would be like, I would be thinking that's a generational player, to be honest. Dev, maybe he is. Not a yeah, he's not. I think we have a billion right ends, by the way. Hopefully that was the position. I don't want to switch him back over. Tight end, though, I think he will be the starter still, just because he has high ceiling, because of the speed, because of, look at all the traits, and because, of course, his youth of 22 years old. And then the cornerback, he probably won't start. Maybe even just a wasted pick, but he's not bad. It's tough because DJ Reed probably fits in the slot better, and if Carson gets one breakout, things change, right? But we'll see. We'll just see what happens. And then McMillan, I mean, he's just a backup strong safety at this point. He's not the worst player, and once again, he's young. But, yeah, he is insanely raw. And we are trying to win a ring now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what our best options are. Because some positions, specifically safety, it's not looking great. So, you know, if our highest guy is like a 71, might as well start the damn youthful guy. And Earl's actually in free agency, and he's started. I'm going to look up when he goes in real life, or the projection, I suppose. I mean, as of right now, he's projected to be a UDFA, so, I mean, sneaky little slot, I suppose. That really sounded like I was talking about something completely different there. Here we are for Season 1, technically. Aaron Rodgers is a 85 overall with an upgrade point. I don't know if I forgot to change his overall. Yeah, I forgot to change his age, so we are going to put this into Scrambler, take away those ratings, put it back at 40, and hope he doesn't retire. Oh, my Lord. I'm going to have to remember all this crap. Now, did we build the best offense possible? Not really, but this is definitely the best offense he's had in easily over a half decade. You know, he's got 2 number 1 type wide receivers. He's got a really good fast slot wide receiver 3. He has Alan Lazard here still, so he's not so, like, lonely. He's got a good couple of running backs. Foreman's always put in the work for, you know, teams. Breece Hall is obviously him. O-line, you know, we got some new, you know, guards playing tackle, but some guys that, you know, maybe need that change up, right? Norwell's been around the block, and then we have an athletic tight end with Conklin, who's kind of sure-handed on the defense. And then, obviously, looking at the defense, speaking of, on the defense, as the number 2. But on the defense, speaking of, you know, it's a unit that played really well in real life. And, quote-unquote, it got better, right? We got a new left end who is, you know, really high overall already, 77 overall. Carson, the cornerback, hoping for an early breakout so then he could just develop quickly. You know, I'm thinking about now, but I'm also thinking about later. And DJ Reed's obviously, what, 29 probably? Oh, he's 27. I thought he was going to be 28. I thought he was already 28, moving on to 29. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I will actually bump him up to number 2 then. Carson can wait a year. Because if DJ Reed gets a breakout or a dev up, you know, breakout mid-season, I don't know if that's even possible, he's 27, then at the end of the season he gets a superstar, you know, maybe we're cooking. So, yeah, I mean, the team is just as good on defense, if not better. And it was the offense that was the problem, but we have ourselves a new number 2 wide receiver. So there's a chance with Rodgers. There's a chance. I still have to obviously lower his overall real quick, but there is a chance. It's not quite an elite start to the season, but it is a start. It is an okay start. We do have a lot more money now, and that's obviously factoring in Rodgers' you know, money he already has. Obviously, Sauce Gardner gets the tag because he's going to cost a fortune. Garrett Wilson, though, we will let go of the 5th-year option and try to long-term him after. And then Jermaine Johnson probably just goes to free agency. Honestly, like I said, it's just so hard to develop. Like 8,600 XP, you maybe get 2 or 3 upgrades a season at best, and then that drops down to 2 when he's 26, 27, drops down to 1. You know, like his ceiling, unless he has like a crazy year and, you know, breaks out, is basically like an 82, 83, and I just don't see it. I really just don't see it. We're looking pretty strong. I didn't finish strong, but 10-7. The Bills are obviously 15-2. There's a shot. We are in the postseason. This is what the Jets traded and paid Rodgers to do. Obviously, not a great start to the season. Turned it around pretty nicely, and the numbers weren't great, right? Like the win-loss, the scores are pretty low. The defense is doing its job. The offense did just enough. Curious to see what kind of numbers Rodgers did put up, though. He had... Holy crap, that's terrible. That is so mid. Breece Hall did pretty well, though. Garrett Wilson could still go to superstar with the 13 touchdowns. T. Higgins, though, 1 touchdown. It's terrible. Maybe the scheme kind of sucks. Maybe the scheme sucks. O-line blocking was pretty good, though. Defense. John Franklin, if you don't go to this freaking superstar, I swear I will punch someone in the nose. Not you, because you are actually the GOAT, but still, kicking was okay, punting was okay, and kick return, punt return game, you know, even though we brought in some names, didn't really do much. Definitely not going to win MVP, but maybe some sort of award. Number 3 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Earl at number 7. Carson at number 6. Didn't really play, so there's that. Rodgers at number 9. Running back at number 8. Wide receiver at number 6, or 5 anyways. O-line at number 5. D-line at number 3 and 6. Linebacker not on the list. DB at 10. And then kicker at 10. So, I mean, we're lucky to be here. Because we kind of suck. I kind of want to change the scheme for the playoffs just because I feel like we're destined to just lose if we keep it at where we're at. I went with the Falcons offense, kept the same defense, and yeah, I feel like the Chiefs is kind of my go-to. The Cowboys seem to be the most overpowered, and the Falcons I think I've had success with in the past. The Raiders, interesting lighting here. I like this lighting. Like, I really got to go in, for the future for franchise teams, decide which team I want based on the stadium. As much as, like I said, I love our Texans franchise, the shadow effect just killed me. It's just the shadowing and, like, the overall, like, dark, gloomy. It just feels like I'm playing GTA 4, which I love GTA 4, but the atmosphere was gloomy. Of course, looking like we're going to win this game 35-17, 35-24. The Jets have won a playoff game. And I feel like just that alone, even through this heartbreak of a season in 2023, is worth it. Quarterback Baker Mayfield for the Raiders. Rodgers crushed it. Breece Hall, pretty mid. Jacobs got locked down. Bell cooked. What else do we have? Earl did all right. Everyone else is pretty tame. So far, Higgins, I mean, the yards have been good, but he has been kind of mid, right? Like, you have Garrett Wilson kind of just stretch the field. He can run pretty much every route. And then Higgins is that short route guy, the red zone killer, and we had one touchdown with him. It's just like, what are we doing? One touchdown. Totally worth it, right? Totally worth it. Deep threat now, 74 overall for Earl, who I gave a 4-year deal to. Looks worth it in my opinion. Still going to be some years for him to develop, but worth it in my book. Let us go on to the divisional round now. Once again, we won a playoff game. And, of course, we play against the division rival 15-2 Buffalo Bills. We have only 2 overalls less than them, and they did beat them without Rodgers on short notice, so you never know. I gotta say, though, this would be a very unexpected result in this rebuild, but at the same time, you don't get much time with Rodgers, so if you don't win the Super Bowl here, I mean, we're kind of going into regression mode. 21-17, 21-20, still 21-20, 21-26. I mean, oh, they have the ball. I was about to say they didn't get the 2-point. Okay, here we go. You have a chance. They're moving. Did we throw a pick? There you go. They're moving. The Jets are on top. 29-26. The Bills, they're still moving themselves, though. 4th and 14. I really don't want to come in, but at the same time, I feel like I got to come in. Oh, no, they're going to be kicking the field goal, aren't they? What am I even talking about? They call a timeout. I want to ice them, but 3 timeouts. I can't. You can't ice him. Nah, you can. I'm icing him, damn it. This kicker don't have the juice. It's 56-yard field goal. This is no easy feat here. We ice this man. We give ourselves a better chance to win it, which would give us the championship round in the AFC. And he misses! The ice worked! We're going to head on, because of that timeout they use as well, to the championship round with Rodgers. Jets fans are happy, and then they remember Rodgers' record in the championship round and are like, well, it's 58-yarder, was it? Was that 50? Math. 17. Oh, yeah, it is 58. Is that an elf? The hell? I guess in the Christmas spirit. Which, speaking of Christmas spirit, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, you like franchise stuff, maybe decide to stick around by subscribing. Maybe leave a like I said, if you enjoy the video. And if you're not new, I really do appreciate any support on the channel. Breece Hall kind of carrying. Rodgers wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great either. And then looking at the defensive numbers, Quentin Williams not bad. Interceptions, Rasul Douglas, the old Packer. And then obviously Bass missing that field goal there. Would it have mattered giving Rodgers like 15 seconds with 2 timeouts to get down the field for a field goal or a Hail Mary? I mean, they were going to lose, right? Let's be honest. Field goal, Hail Mary from Rodgers with 15 seconds left. I mean, that's just too easy, obviously. No memes at all. 2 finesse move, still run stopper, which I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. But Bell, if he had a really good year, would actually be okay, right? Star Dev, 75 overall. I think he's only 21, 22. Okay, so he'd be 23. But, I mean, unless there's a clear-cut great tight end or a free agent that looks decent, I'm probably going to just stick it out with him next season no matter who the QB is. So here we are to the championship round. All right. Okay, I see you, Chiefs. I see you. They didn't have the bye week because they were less than the Bills. So we beat the first seed Bills though. in fairness, right? Dallas cooked up. All right, the Chiefs beating the Ravens, and then on the other side, it's Eagles-Cowboys. So this is a tough, legit Super Bowl route, whoever wins this game. But I gotta say, our chances are low. 84 over out of their 88. Oh, my Lord. I'm gonna freaking punch Taylor Swift right in the arm, because what a kidder. And that's a joke. She has enough money to have a petty lawsuit that can take months and years. I don't care. I'm not doing it. It's not a real threat. I'm joking. 17-7. I mean, we're still in it. Defense isn't really playing up to its standard, to be honest. Offense, maybe should play a little bit better because the Chiefs' defense ain't all that. But this is a closer game than I thought. And the defense... It wouldn't be a Rodgers. Oh, we still got the punt anyways. Oh, 2-play touchdown. But it wouldn't be a Rodgers playoff. So without the defense selling when they have the chance. Inches and they punt. A touchdown would win it. 4th and 7 after the sack. Why would you give the Chiefs this chance? 4th and 3. What are they going to do? Get the touchdown is what they're going to do. What's the offense up to? I mean, they're moving. The clock is draining, though. They only need a field goal. I think they could probably do it on their own, but I worry about their clock management. I do. That's the only thing. Wait, there's... Oh, yeah, I forgot the glitch. I was about to say there's multiple number 22s. Like I haven't said that before. Garrett Wilson! Shallower by Reed! And a touchdown! They played deep, but the safety jumped it when he saw the route. And Aaron Rodgers delivers a touchdown strike. And these are the same sliders. It's all Madden. Like, hold the F on here. No way. Did they just run the ball? Or maybe it was Mahomes rolling out. We're headed to the Super Bowl. That is crazy. That is crazy. Obviously, I came in, but they were kind of moving on their own anyways. They would have probably at least gotten it to overtime. I mean... This would be worth it, right? I mean, even getting to this championship round, even if the Jets fall back into mediocrity, this would be obviously something they would completely trade for, especially since they lost Rodgers for the whole year. That would be wild. But I even didn't expect this to happen. Ooh, Brees is a 90 now, is he? Oh, that's crazy. Once you get a 90 overall, your like numbers just seem to shoot up by like a ton. Right, it gets crazy. I don't know why the hell I'm upgrading Abonaconda on my own, especially when he's going to get elusive style anyways. But to the Super Bowl, which is probably going to feature the Vikings, not the Vikings, the Cowboys, who beat the Vikings by a lot. And it is the Cowboys. We are broke. I don't think that's true, though. I think that's just glitching out because we didn't really spend that much money. Let's go take a look at our... roster, see if we have any dev-ups. I thought maybe Garrett Wilson had a chance, Brees Hall had a chance, but neither. And then defensively, John Franklin Myers isn't a superstar. That's crazy. Quentin obviously had a crazy good year, but John Franklin Myers not getting to superstar is literally criminal, but what am I supposed to do? It's just the way it is. I also re-signed CJ Mosley for one more year. 1 year like 10, 1 year 12, but man, some of these older players not getting dev-ups like DJ Reed, Mosley, Williams, John Franklin Myers specifically, since he deserved it out of everyone. It does suck. It sucks because, obviously without that dev-up, their regression points are going to be even harsher. But let's take a look. Do we have the juice to beat the Cowboys, who beat the Eagles by 7? We'll find out right here and right now. Oh, they get to play at home? How is that fair? They literally get to play at home. Oh, my Lord. Either way, here it is. For all the marbles, can Rodgers win a Super Bowl ring with another team? Hell, just winning a second ring at all is something. But taking the Jets to the Super Bowl and winning it with all of these obstacles in his way, I mean, I think people would kind of lay off him a little bit more than they have. But unfortunately, ultimately here, it is appearing like that will not be the case. Onside kick, obviously. Is it strong onside kick you want? I always ask this question. I never get it answered because I just don't know. I thought it was strong onside kick, max power. That wasn't terrible, but barring a miracle, this game has been lost. You're playing the Cowboys scheme. What do you expect? 9 yards when you expect the run, and unfortunately, the Rodgers-led New York Jets lose 24-14. potentially resulting in a Rodgers retirement and us having the 31st draft pick in the upcoming draft, basically quarterbackless, which is just fantastic. I am excited. Glad to see the Cowboys win. Congratulations. It wasn't the scheme that did it. Obviously, Rodgers' numbers were pretty low, but he didn't throw picks. Is this another one of those cases where you look at Rodgers and you're thinking, did he not take enough risks? You know, that's all I'm saying. Breece Hall was obviously pretty terrible too. The offense in general just got locked up, which is unfortunate. Garrett Wilson finally played well. Defense on our side wasn't bad, it seems, but offense wasn't able to do much. I mean, they even missed a kick from their god-tier kicker, so 24 points in the Cowboys, you got to do better than that, right? Like, the Cowboys only getting 24, you got to win that game. You just have to, but we don't. And once again, at 40 years old, Rodgers likely will be retiring. But let's see, maybe we get him for another year. I don't know if I even want him for another year, but, I mean, he just got us the Super Bowl. What am I supposed to do? Not want him back? Overall, I can't really tell if it dropped. About to find out if we need a brand new quarterback or not. And we don't? Do we not? Is Rodgers still here? Hold the F on. I'm chilling. Wait a minute. What's his overall? Is he even... Maybe it's glitched. He's still here! My man's tasted another Super Bowl and he's like, I want more. Give it now. Of course, ratings did drop a little bit, but he's still kicking. He's still kicking. I'm not going to do the whole Rodgers thing or the Packers thing with Rodgers and sign, draft a brand new quarterback in the first round. Even if there's like a goon there late, we're building this roster to try and win a ring here. We're going back. We're double dipping. We're doing what you're supposed to do after you competed, and that's, build the roster you have now. Not worry about the future. Who cares about the future? Fun. It's the league of entertainment. You don't get prizes for close enough. You need to win it all. And setting yourself up for the future ain't winning it all right now, is it? It ain't winning it. Sauce needs that 5th year. We're taking it. Garrett Wilson, 29 mil is basically what he's going to be asking for per year or less, or he'll ask for less than that anyways. Jermaine Johnson, that 5th year option is crazy. Zach Wilson, Rodgers kind of likes him. He's depth. He actually wanted that. Now that he actually took that, I don't know why I hissed at him, to be fair, but I don't know why I offered that. I don't know why. Laken Tomlinson is kind of a lower overall. Norwell, I'm willing to pay like a 1 year 8 because he was pretty good for 1, and 2, he's still really high overall. So I'm willing to replace Mr. Laken Tomlinson, and obviously we have a new kicker punter kind of situation going on. I think Fairbairn, I keep calling his name wrong, was pretty good, so we'll keep him. And was there anyone else in here? We're losing a little bit of depth, but overall the team is still mainly intact, and we still have potential to make it better, especially with free agency. We got 38 mil. It's a different style of rebuild, right? We're usually always Mr. Future, but we're trying to keep this glue sticking together as much as possible. 2 I'm sure would be a free agent. Amari, we just don't need. Justin Reed, who actually gave up the huge touchdown, would be an interesting name to bring in. Our defense doesn't really need the help per se, but I think it'd be worth it, right? Quinn Miners, I'm willing to pay big bucks for. We need a new guard. He's got future written all over him and right now, so it's like a double whammy. Hopefully you guys don't hear my D-pad too much. I think you probably do because it's so loud. I use the D-pad for like pretty much everything menus. I could use the analog stick, but it hurts me. And listen, you guys like carrots? Because I'm chopping them for dinner tonight. So, if you're coming to the dinner table, be ready for carrots. A 2-year 26, was it? I don't remember what I offered him, but 2-year whatever the hell. What did I offer him? It doesn't even show. It apparently puts us like far out into the green, which is a little surprising since he was red out the gate. Well, actually, he was kind of like mid-level red out the gate. Zadarius Smith, man, I don't know about him as a dude, but as like a football player off the field, he kind of doesn't seem like the best locker room guy in the world, but I don't know, dude. That depth is kind of crazy. We are literally if we're talking about building a roster to win it all now, he would be an interesting name. Bobby Wagner. We're going full on Buccaneers mode here. We're getting every guy that's one trip on the way to like the practice field from retiring. Like one little slip and they're gone. You know, do I grab Judon as well? You know, I wanted Za'Darius, but he's a little more costly, and there's a lot of people offering for him. Oh, wait, no, I need Justin Reed. Yeah, I mean, I'm really putting risk, and, you know, there's a lot in jeopardy for this team going forward, but what am I supposed to do? We need to win it right now. All right, I basically made us broke, but I'm offering these 4 players. Let's see what we get. Oh, damn, Rasul didn't accept. The rest did, though, which is sweet, but I kind of offered Rasul so I can play him at safety. Reed's still there, too, but that obviously means he's going to ask for even more. 84 overall is high, but like Rasul's an 82, probably goes to 83 at safety, and he's really good at man as well. I'm pretty sure Green Bay at this point has tried him at safety, and I think he just didn't work out. But I'm going to try to get Rasul. I'm going to try to save a little bit of money somewhere, and we're building this damn one-year roster. Damn it. Of course, when Rodgers retires, all that money's pretty much coming back anyways, so hopefully we didn't, you know, we're not screwing ourselves for the future, but at the same time, I'm all in. But I also really don't have anyone I can like get rid of to make a quick buck to offer slightly more on Rasul. Like everyone's like, you know, they're not really a savings. I tried to trade Max Mitchell off to the Ravens for a 6th-round pick at this point. You know, he's a 3-year guy, needs a contract. I'm not starting him. I'm not paying him. So, you know, I don't even know how well he's playing in real life. But at the end of the day, this is still a Madden rebuild. I can't just sign someone, you know, re-sign someone because they're doing okay in real life, perhaps. It just doesn't work like that. And Malik Cunningham, I mean, I'm broke. I need everything. Get, obviously, depending on what we do in the draft here, the money could return, or we can end up spending even more than we're expected to or allowed to. But I'm just doing what I can to save a little bit of money to get Rasul Douglas on the roster, as I think he's kind of like the final piece to make this thing go. And it's in the green. I mean, I'm risking it. No! Do we have any other options? Probably not. I mean, Teron Johnson. I mean, we can't even afford his base, though. But maybe everyone's lowballing him, like, harder than this. They're not. Damn, dude. Who do I play? Isaiah Rodgers is pretty decent overall. He's tiny, though. Someone still hasn't paid Justin Reed, by the way. Isaiah Rodgers, who has, like, no man coverage. He is so tiny, though. I mean, we got him. He's pretty much got to play safety. He's so tiny. But I have no choice. Oh, my Lord. How desperate have times become? How desperate. What overall is he at? Strong safety, actually. I mean, he's a base. Doesn't go down, I suppose. Oh, well, we're in with this squad. What can I say? We end up trading Jermaine Johnson to the Colts for a 4th-round draft pick. Not many teams could really afford anyone at this point. We could use a little bit of savings, and in general, we can't afford to keep them anyways. All right, so we have obviously picked 31. I scouted one of these quarterbacks kind of like deep, if you will. Day 3 projection, day 3 talent grade. I was hoping for more. Elite throw power, we had an A to B deep and medium accuracy. That's not bad. I'm definitely going to take him, you know, maybe like mid to late 3rd. But I was hoping it would have been like, you know, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 or something, so then I could be like, okay, I want this guy over these other two. Because the other two look really raw. And I just can't take them. If I'm going to be taking them, you know, the same year as Rodgers is still around, I need to make sure that they're like surefire, right? Because I'm not going to be spending a high draft pick when we're still trying to win it all right now on a player that I don't know is very good. We have a couple of other guys that we're scouting a little bit further. Even though this guy's the wrong scheme fit, A power move, A tackle with 46 reps. I mean, you kind of just find a way to play him, right? You kind of just let it happen. So I think what we're going to be doing here is just moving on to 31. See if anyone's there. That left tackle does look kind of promising, even though I didn't get to fully scout him. Maybe that's who I take if he's there. If not, we just maybe trade down to mid-3rd, grab a little different lineman or something like that. But is the left tackle there? He actually is. I didn't think he was going to be here, so I didn't really scout him further. I just don't know enough about him, and you know me, I don't really like to draft linemen early. Now, I didn't expect to get much here anyways, but I'm going to move down 9 spots to gain a future 4th-round pick. It's 2 years from now, but still, you're not really going to get much here, and I could always trade up if I have to. I was looking at Ware last second there, and I was kind of thinking I was going to go for him myself, but just didn't know much about him. I knew he was an A power move. He had good speed, but not great excel. I just felt like because he was still there, he was a bad player. That's just my thought process on it. That left tackle is still looking so intriguing, but technically, we don't really have a need for a lineman just yet. Spurlock's a bit of a jump here, especially for, once again, not the right position. I think I'm going to trade down another 10 spots and then just start taking best available. All right, the Falcons are giving me too good of a trade here. I'm going to be taking a late second, late third. Spurlock looks pretty good, but and once again, he's not the right scheme fit. A little early for DT anyways. They traded for the tackle that I could have taken and, I mean, maybe should have taken. We'll see. But that trade down allows us to maybe get another player late second, early third. We're going to see who's here. I don't know if any of them will be. The tight end is intriguing for sure. Spurlock's there. He's mine. He's mine. Absolutely. Paul Spurlock. 99 strength, hidden dev, almost 400 pounds. I mean, I had to. I don't know what the block shed is. It could be an A. I just didn't scout him further because, I mean, usually scout players you don't know much about, but they have potential. Whereas that guy, you know, he's got an A tackle, A power move. There's not really much more I need to know. Block shed's cool and all, but, like, I don't really need to know that. I just know that he's worthy of taking as is. We need some linebackers. Pierman looks really good. There's multiple linebackers now. You guys know me. I don't usually like to be the first one to take a linebacker. O-line, there's not really a whole lot of options. There's like 3 names, I suppose. I mean, really, we don't need to draft this high. What about Pickens? Our tight end is normal dev. I'm going to take Pickens. And he is hidden. Okay, we got ourselves a new tight end, and our backup tight end is really good. So we have depth on this line. I think at this point we're going to start moving down. We should have 2 late thirds, which should be, if we have to use next year's picks, once again, we'll do it. Because even if it's hurting us in the future, we're at least still adding talent for the future and now anyways. So I want at least 2 linebackers, and I would like 1 lineman and that quarterback. I don't know if I'm going to get all that, though. That's a lot to ask for. So 1 of each just went. Keep passing on these guys, please. Okay, so now we're down to, I believe, 2 linebackers. Although if we had 2 linebacker is a position I can pass on. I absolutely want White. Yeah, I want both, actually. I'll see what we can do. This is going to cost us, I think, though. And do I really want to get rid of a second next when... No, second next is fine, actually. The next year would be the problem. And they say it's a fair trade. 91 and 127 for 79. 127 is very late. So, you know, I'm fine with that. Just hoping we get ourselves a hidden dev. Once again, this is another future position at this point. We don't actually need a starter. It really is just like looking at the future. I'm going to go for whoever's fastest as they both have their own like positives. 4.46 with a great speed. I mean, White looks insanely athletic. 22 years old, Walton. He looks athletic too, and I do want both. But if I only do end up with one, I would want Cam White more. Please. And he's hidden. That's a win. Look at the jumping. Change directions. Great. I think I am going to trade up to the Jaguars and take the other linebacker. We're actually kind of setting up for the future while also cooking now. We trade a 3rd, 4th, and 5th next year for that 3rd. I'm not completely saying that there's no chance that I trade my 2nd next year, but I would really prefer not to. So with this pick, I think we're going to be taking the other linebacker, Najee Walton, 22 years old. And I mean, we made the right call, but it doesn't change the fact that we do have him now, and he's 22 normal. A little bit of an L. Don't know when the quarterback's going to go. I'm going to move down a little bit more, though, and I do want a lineman, even though I don't technically need one right now. Just future-proofing as Norwell's probably going to retire, and some other players are going to need to be replaced, but I think we did a decent job in the draft, right? I mean, we future-proofed. We right now proofed. I also don't remember the the name of any of our players here. So who do we have? We have, Goodwell is kind of the last one. I like Bradley as well, though, so I'm going to move down until one of them is remaining. I'll take Goodwell more, though, because I'd likely assume he would be hidden more than anyone. We're so close. I'm just going to risk it. Day 3, please. One more pick. Woo! We'll take it. And then I do have to trade up for that quarterback if he's there. Do I take the QB first? I'm taking the QB first. Parker Peel. You know, I can live with not needing a lineman, but if this guy's a good quarterback and I miss, I'm going to be mad. And I'm telling you, it's the risk. What would you be more mad at? Missing, even if he's a superstar lineman, or this guy if he's hidden? And he was hidden. He's 22, which kind of sucks because he'll be 23 at the best when he starts. If he starts, I'm going to go to the next round because I think it's nice. think it's a little bit easier to trade, pick 1 in the 4th than it is pick 32 in the 3rd, because it's like, it's still the 3rd round technically, huh? Give us all your picks. But we trade a 4th this and 2-6 for the Browns' first pick in the 4th round, which will be the lineman. I can't believe we cooked this hard. I really can't. Obviously, it wasn't perfect picks all the way across the board. We're still missing some things like safety for the future, but come on, Colt Bradley. And he's hidden. I mean, linemen really aren't that hard to draft, but still, he could have been normal. It could have been a wasted pick. It wasn't. I'm happy. If 25, there's a running back there, oh, Lord, I'm about to bust. And there is not. But there's a speedy wide receiver, and there's also a safety. The problem with this wide receiver is he's not that fast. He's definitely not going to be one of those. What about Glenn Bass? I'm going to take the safety. Normal dev, 91 speed, 91 excel. Kind of reminded me of McMillan a little bit. Don't really need the wide receiver that bad, and he wasn't one of those, right? Like, even if he was not a need, if he was one of the superstar-looking builds, I would have went for him. Yeah, we're negative $2 million. I don't know if we can fix that, but it's only $2 million. We can live with it. 77 for the tight end, 75 for that DT, 72, 74. Quarterback is 67, kind of expected it. Center's nice, and then the free safety, just like McMillan. Spurlock, I got to see this guy because he could be a superstar. He's 83 power move. No bull rush, which is just stupid. 99 strength with 83 power move, but he can't bull rush to the quarterback. Yeah, I'm sure he's a finesse guy, right? Dev? And he is a superstar. Once again, the wrong scheme, but we are future-proofed. We are future-proofed. I don't know if that even does anything, but either way, that's I'm doing it. Darren Pickens, number 81. He's just a little more polished than the guy we already have. He's a little bit slower as well, but younger with hidden dev. I kind of feel superstar as well. I ain't gonna lie. I'm wrong, but I kind of felt it. What else do we have? Middle linebacker. These guys, if anyone would be a superstar, it would be the linebacker. Like, middle linebacker is just commonly superstar, but we'll see what we get. Oh, he was also 22? I thought he was 21. Never mind. Star dev in fairness, and then middle linebacker. I mean, the other guy was a good overall. He's just normal dev. Really good block shed for a middle linebacker. Usually they're a little more balanced than that. And then we look at Peel. Almost guaranteed for him to be star, right? Not superstar, but he's not a bad, he's got ideal sense of pressure. This is a guy that EA expects you to develop. They really do. Will it be something we do? I don't know. I'm going to put him at number 11. Star dev. Kind of expected, but it is what it is. And then the center, I mean, I guess we'll look. We might as well. It's like literally the last player we missed. Another pass block kind of guy. Kind of a big dude, right? 6'5". I'm going to put him at guard, I think. Colt Bradley, left guard. Star dev. Fair enough. And then the safety, Mr. Glenn Bass. 70 zone. I mean, usable, but it's going to take a long time to develop him if you're going to. Here is Season 2. Rodgers probably on his last legs here. He's still good enough, obviously, but he is pretty low overall. 92 throw power still, though, which is very good. 90 running back, 89 wide receiver, about to be 90. Higgins, not far off 90 himself. Pickens, the new tight end, number 1. O-line, we have at least 4 guys that we probably don't need to replace, and we have Bradley at left guard, so we kind of future-proofed the team on offense as well. Even Peel could probably play quarterback, but if we played really badly here, or, when Peel takes over, if he sucks and we got a new quarterback, I don't know when to cut this rebuild off, though. That's the thing. If we win the Super Bowl here, I think you still do the 2 years, see where they are, but if we don't win it, I have no idea where to cut it off, right? So we'll see. It might just be a 5-year rebuild, no matter what, win or lose. But, yeah, the team looks pretty good. Still worried about safety. Still worried about cornerback 2/3. DT seems to be fine. Spurlock for the future. Right end will definitely be a need to replace. And then all the linebackers, they are so old. Literally, I think they're like, Quincy might be the youngest at like 29, 30, but the rest are like 33 plus. It's not great, but we're trying to win it all. One final shot to do so. We got to the Super Bowl. Can we get over the hump this season? Let's find out. 112 mil. Obviously, we got some names. Brees Hall, obviously. Wilson, obviously. John Franklin Myers, probably. Maybe Isaiah Rodgers. We'll see. Rodgers probably retires, but we'll see. Norwell maybe one more season, and most of the other guys will be gone. So even though we kind of gamble the future a little bit, we still have money. So I'm fine with what we've done. I think we've made the right call so far, it seems. The team's kind of killing it. Maybe the Falcons are back to being the team to be. 12-5 is good enough for a bye week, apparently. 12-5 for the Broncos. Titans are 12-5. Bills at 11-6, 11-6, 11-6. So 12-5 is good enough. The Bills were 15-2 last season. This season, however, they are 11-6. So still in the playoffs, but not going to be taking that bye week home like we are, which is a nice, change of pace, I suppose, looking at some of the other teams. The Bills kind of finished off somewhat weakly. Broncos started off pretty weak. Chiefs, pretty bad in the beginning, pretty bad in the middle, and then killed it in the end. It's nice to have a bye week, not having to play that wild card round. It's only 2 games, and you're back in the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at this quarterbacking. Aaron Rodgers, doing his thing. Touchdown to pick ratio is great. Yards are pretty good. Rushing, Breece Hall, if he's not a superstar, he's never getting there. Like, that's got to be some sort of best running back award. Pickens was pretty good. Garrett Wilson maybe good enough for not X Factor, superstar. Earl was pretty good, and I got to be honest, Higgins has so far been a bit of a wasted pick, but maybe he's just drawing all the double teams. I don't think so, but you never know. Looking at the sack totals, terrible. The front 4 needs work, apparently. Looking at the tackles for a loss and the tackles and whatnot, Mosley, maybe he gets a dev up, but it's a little too late. Reed, though, it's not too late. Carson, if those guys two, both get dev ups, that would be nice. Fairbairn missing 5 out of 20 isn't the best, but I've seen worse. Bjorquez, very good season at punter, and then kick return, punt return game. It's very rare to get touchdowns, but I'm hopeful every single time I see it. Offensive Player of the Year, Breece Hall at number 5. Not going to be the best running man, though, because of Jacobs. Rookie of the Year goes to Pickens. That's a nice one. Should go to Superstar. Defensive Rookie of the Year, not on the list. Best QB at 7. Best running back at 2. Best wide receiver at 2. Best O-line. Quinn Miners, O-line dev up. Usually we don't see that for ourselves. Quentin Williams, best D lineman at number 5. Linebacker at 5. DB at number 2 and 6. Kicker at number 6. So, I'm just saying. This could be a year. This could do it. Let's see what happens. Who are we going to face? The Ravens, not an easy team to beat. I've seen them in the championship round a lot. We're 1 overall less than them. Judon's on our list, but he's just a backup, obviously. All right, going to the end of the game. We made the Super Bowl last year. Couldn't win it. Cowboys kind of, took care of business. 7-3. Halftime score of 10-10. Okay, we're still in this. Up by 7. The defense is doing well. The offense just isn't putting up enough points. Oh, they drove down for nothing. At the 36-yard line, driving down for the potential lead. We get the lead. 4 minutes left. The Ravens, on 4th and 1, what do? They get the 1-yard rush. Okay, they're going for this whole thing. Obviously, they have no choice. But from the 12, 9 seconds left. What do you do? Run the QB contain because, sack doesn't even really do a whole lot for you anyways. Get him? No way. Okay, at least there's a... Bro! I don't know what to do. Now I worry. I don't even know what to do here. Oh, well. They wanted us to run goal line, which is crazy talk. And that's a touchdown. Wow. He broke every single tackle in the world and got him all the way to the 2. That's just crazy. What can you do? Walk-off touchdown. Oh, the offense wasn't perfect, but once again, in Rodgers' career, playoff hopes dashed because the defense just can't play defense, simply put. Nice. Well, that might be it for the Rodgers-Jets era. Got to a Super Bowl, couldn't win it. Got the bye week, lost the first round. What can you really do? That's probably going to be it for him, though. That really is a disappointing, lackluster finish. Thought maybe we got to another Super Bowl. Lose it there, fair enough. But it appears he's going to end it in a familiar fashion, losing in the first round, basically for him, of the playoffs. Let's take a look at those retirements. We have $53 million. I don't know if that's normal or not. What's his... I imagine he retired, right? And there he is, Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers retires after 21 years. We also lose Wagner. We lose Mosley. The others don't really matter, but three veterans, really 3 cornerstone type veterans, gone just like that. And it's basically time to start from scratch, realistically. Obviously, we have Peel. We'll give him a chance unless there's just like a stone cold beast starter, but I highly doubt you're going to see that late first. So it's basically his time to shine. And I think we're resetting at the linebacker position too, completely, all the way across the board. Probably going to restart at guard as well, as Norwell's not really that high of an overall anymore. I tried to get back, Isaiah Rodgers, but nothing seeming to work. I'll do a 1-year 8. I mean, I'm sure free agency is good for you. It's good for me. Maybe find someone in free agency. Quincy Williams is still a decent overall, though, so a 1-year 10.5. No, and obviously he'll be considered an edge rusher with that $27 million tag. We're going to free agency with a little bit of money, though, but a brand new quarterback, and I don't know what to think. I don't know what to expect here. George Kittle, I mean, not a bad name, obviously, but these are all like you're ready to win now type guys, and I don't think we're ready for those types of names, to be honest. So unless there's someone on the younger side, we're probably going to avoid the majority of free agency. Offered 3 names. 2 of them we got, TJ Edwards and Julian Love, more bandage positions, but we're also trying to get Tooney and some other teams that got their claws in them. Tyron Smith is still there. Zach Martin just went. Could get Tyron Smith, but I mean, we don't really need, unless we move AVT over to guard and then after Tyron's gone, we put him back at tackle. I don't know, dude. But I'm just trying to make the team as good as possible for this rookie to come in and, try to compete. It's still a really good team. Rodgers wasn't like absolutely outstanding. So, I mean, we could definitely get better play from our quarterback position even. So, if Peel's put in the right position, maybe that's, what we get from him. I'm not going to offer any more than that, though. I doubt we get him, and we don't. Tyron's still there. I guess I play the Tyron Smith card now. I don't know how he's not gone, though. Like, did they just lowball him? Kind of. I mean, I'm kind of willing to pay him now, because we desperate. We desperate for, like, an elite lineman. Do we get one? We do. Maybe Tyron plays guard. He's been kind of injured a little bit lately. Maybe tackles too much for him in his old age. Let's move him to guard, making it a little easier on him, potentially. Also, I completely forgot to check the dev ups. Somehow, Garrett Wilson doesn't go up in dev, but Breece Hall obviously does, and then Pickens with Rookie of the Year obviously does as well. So, I mean, we did get some nice dev ups for the offense. We'll go take a quick look at the defense. Maybe not Quinn Miners, not Quentin Williams either. Franklin Myers maybe went up in dev. Doesn't appear anyone but Reed. Oh, yes, Reed and Carson both went up in dev. How old is Carson now? 23? As much as I like Reed, now it's like future building time, kind of. So I think Reed moves down to the number 3 spot, and Carson maybe develops in that true complementary number 2 corner. Need a lot in linebacker. Safety is definitely a concern, even though we just got Julian Love. We're bandaging, but it's crazy is kind of the offense is the most set now, which is just, I mean, things are kind of hilarious around here now. And now that Rodgers is gone, sayonara, Lazard. See you later. Not really saving much, but we're still saving something. And I don't think there's anyone else that we could really do that for that makes sense. T. Higgins, I can't lie. I mean, the decision there, not really paying off, like, at all. All right, we're in the draft, and edge is definitely a problem, right? We haven't really had much success, and in general, Huff is like 28 years old, like barely an 80 overall, so definitely need to work on the position. I have 2 edge rushers. I don't know how high I'm willing to go for an edge, because one of them's a 1-2, and the other one is a round 1. So, if round 1 goes soon, which thankfully he hasn't yet, how high do I have to trade up to guarantee the other guy? Maybe pick 20, and there he is. Pick 12. I can't go up to 13 for a guy that didn't even really look like that great, but he was good enough to probably take. If he's there at 20, I think I'm going to take him, though, and we'll hope that he's hitting, I guess. All right, we trade pick 27, a 6th round this year, and Michael Carter II to move up 7 spots with the Lions. Michael Carter was on a 1-year deal, and, he's not even starting on our team. He's like the number 4 corner, so I'm chilling. Let us go, though, with the D end I have, Mr. Desmond Duhan, who I will admit is not the fastest, but a B finesse, C block shed, and he's an A to C power move. Probably going to be a C, to be honest, but he's the best available player I have, and I'm willing to go for him. And he is hitting, thankfully. Speed is kind of what I expected. You know, the 40 time didn't look good, but I kind of go based on the left side with the 40 time, which usually does me right, but in this one is like, maybe, kind of. We do have that left guard he was left guard, right? Yeah, 1 to 2. I don't really care too much about that, right? I don't really care if they're actually 1 to 2 or not, but we have safeties, and we kind of need one for the future. I ended up scouting Curry more. He's 1 to 2. I need edge rush more than safety, technically, because we keep just pushing safety down with, you know, what is it called? CPU, or not CPU, but veteran players that are kind of on the older side, or players that are developed by the CPU. And wow, I didn't have much scouted on the highest of the 3 safeties, so I was kind of treating it like, hopefully Grubbs will go first, and then whoever is remaining out of the 3, you know, last is who I'll take, but Grubbs is the last guy there. He's 22. I don't think I can trade up for him. I think we're just going to once again do the thing where we worry about safety in free agency again. Juan Peoples is still there. We're late second. Our next pick is late 4th, so whatever we take here basically needs to be like our last guaranteed good player. We have a bunch of different linebackers here. I really do like Dudley, so I think I can trade to mid-3rd and just take Dudley at worst case, probably. All right, we're going to get a 4th from the Colts to get to that mid-2nd or mid-3rd spot. Like we talked about, pick 12, what do they go for? I'm always curious to see the exact trade 1-to-1. But pick 12, let's see what we got here. Henson, I think that was one of my linebackers as well. O-line's always a concern, but realistically, I mean, we don't even have a spot for the guy we drafted last year, and he's already a pretty good overall, so I think we're chilling at that position. Ooh, linebackers are all gone. None of the linemen really look great, though, right? Like Alston, I suppose, there's some decent players here, but no one's like really guaranteed. Do I take Dudley early? Day 3, it might not be early, though. We could use a linebacker, right? Dudley, how old is he? He's 22, though, so if he's not hidden, we can literally just start the guys we already got. You know what? I'm going to take Alston. I'm going to trade down to the 4th round, and if the other guy's there, I will take Dudley, the linebacker. Alston's my guy, I think. Screw it, Kevin Alston. And he is hidden. Okay, we win. We win that. Let's move on to the 4th and see the linebackers there. And he is still there. I'm going to go for him. It only took a 7th round pick. I actually was about to put a 5th next year, but apparently all I needed was that 7th round pick to move up, 11 spots, which now that I'm thinking about it, 5th next would have actually been pretty excessive, especially since we might suck next year. Also looking at this quarterback, Logan Castle. He's 22, didn't participate, which could mean like, I don't know, freaking Tom Brady. Great throw power, so I mean, maybe, I don't know, but Dudley's definitely the guy I want. Please be hidden, because if he is, he'll start. And he is, all right. So it's going to be the guy that was star plus last year, this guy, and Edwards, I suppose. And then at 27, if the quarterback's there, I kind of have no choice but to just grab him just in case. And he is not there. Running back is interesting. Jenkins looks like one of those superstar builds. Running back is a need, kind of, but I'm going to go for the guy that looks like a guaranteed superstar, right? John Jenkins. Oh, is he not? Is this not the right guy? I think the other guy... Oh, there was a different guy. Great speed, great jumping, great excel. I mean, he's still good enough. Oh! Maybe he is hidden, though. Okay. Okay, I mean, not maybe he is, but maybe he's superstar still. Probably going to go running back in the 7th round if there's one there. There's a bunch of UDFAs, but yeah, the one guy I was looking at right there, not the greatest. The 3 to 4 running back looked good, but I didn't really need him. I was just looking at running backs. I go top to bottom, outside of the first 2 rounds because that's a little bit too high. I mean, there's literally nobody here then. It's just a GG. Jonathan Hall. Okay. I mean, let's just get a fullback. Why the hell not? And this guy, I'm just going to guess this guy. A and B with a B lead as well. Normal dev, but still looks pretty good. Another player I do want to look at, though, is the final safety. Was his name like Grubbs or something? Dev, or not Dev, but overall. 74, 74, 73, 69, 68. Let's take a look at this guy. John Jenkins. looks pretty good. Juke move's actually pretty decent. Kick return's pretty good. 90 jumping. Yeah, I mean, we might have just got lucky on this guy, to be honest. I would guess Star Dev. Number 88, why the hell not? Yeah, Star Dev, kind of expected. What else do we have? Duhan. I mean, we still got a pretty good receiver there, but 77 finesse, 69 block shed. Was it left end we needed? I don't even know, but we're going to be moving him his number at least. And then maybe his position as well. 50, why not? Oh, I really could have used a superstar there. And then Olsen's not going to start. Dudley needs to play. Is it left out? I think it's left outside linebacker. Pretty good block shed. So we'll take a look at his dev while we're switching to left outside linebacker. If we can get a superstar here, that'd be pretty clutch. And we do. Nice. Okay. Okay, fair enough. It is a position we are completely rebuilding, so we could use all the help we can get. Two players I wanted to look at, though, was Grubbs. You know, the safety is cool enough. I can't really make a trade up that high for a safety. But Grubbs, you know, at 15, a little bit of a different story. Of course he's hidden. Nobody wanted him. They kept passing, so I just assumed he sucked. Why would I assume he's good if they kept passing? It's only star, thankfully. And then, obviously, was it quarterback? Okay, Castle went kind of high. 68 overall. No. No, please. Short route's insane as well. Please only be star. Okay, at least he's only star because we're going to start Peel anyways. Fair enough, I suppose. Didn't really have an exciting offseason. Unless you were happy to see Rodgers go, then I guess it was super exciting. But the team technically only got worse. Is this season 3, season 4? I don't know. But we're starting a 70 overall quarterback, so this could be a weird one. This could be a weird finish to the rebuild because he's a 70 overall, but the team around him is actually pretty talented. So I don't think we're good enough to, we're not bad enough to get top 10. Are we good enough to make playoffs and get to the Super Bowl? I don't know either. We might just be in, limbo, which worries me. And no dev ups for Wilson or Higgins also worries me. Higgins might even need a contract. How can you really, go all in on him when I don't know what his ceiling looks like, right? He's at 27. His dev is kind of locked in at star still. And same with Huff. I want to start Duhan, but Huff is still the best at the moment. But if he sucks early on, I probably will bench him because our sack totals at edge have been pretty bad for years now. 144 mil. We talked about Sauce. We gave him the 5-year option because we were worried about having to pay him, and here it is. Miners definitely gets paid. Higgins still gets paid. It's actually not as bad as I thought, even though that might get to a 3-year 60. It's fine. Titman gets paid. Bryce Huff actually kind of forgot to pay attention to his season start. A lot of backups, a lot of 1-year guys, really. And, Whitehead might even get paid because we are really struggling to find a safety, and we're constantly moving on. Huff, 87 finesse now, with a 5.5 sack season, about 9 to 10 games into the season. I mean, it's not bad, right? I don't know, but I'm going to at least try to get the guys back that we know we want, and then work on the rest. Win and potentially in. We are in. 10-7 is enough to make the playoffs. Just barely. We might have been the 6th or 7th seed. Really bad start. Didn't change anything about the scheme. I was like, you know what? If we can get it done with a semi-low overall Rodgers, Peel can do it as well. And it seems like he has. Taking a look at the numbers, let's take a look at what he did. Not bad, though. Interceptions a little high, but pretty good for a first-year 70 overall starter. Breece Hall was a little bit worse. Higgins was better. Pickens was okay. Wilson was worse. Earl was decent. Blocking outside of left tackle, really good. Newton with 12 sacks. Williams with 16. Newton should be a superstar. Frank Lamar 16, 6.5. 6.5 for Huff. Duhan with 5 games played, I think. I wouldn't be able to tell, obviously, because he's a little bit over half, but put up similar-ish numbers as a rookie. I don't know. I think we're just screwed at edge. I'm just glad Newton showed up, Matt Gay was pretty good, but Yorquez is pretty good again. I don't care about kicker, punt return stuff. Lamar Jackson MVP. Any awards at all? No? Okay, fair enough. Wouldn't expect to have won anything, but kicker number 3 is closest we got. All right. I mean, I don't expect to do anything with this, but the Titans are only an 82 overall, so we might be able to win a game with this guy. All right, going to the end of the game. Titans up 3-0. Still 3-0. 6-0. 3-6. I mean, the defense is still looking pretty damn strong. It's just our offense. No matter what quarterback we have, we are just struggling. 16-13. It might just be the scheme, though, the Falcons. I mean, I haven't really seen them win a Super Bowl often. And they are moving. This is... oh, wait, they're not moving. The defense made the stop, and we win by 1. Elf on the shelf is winning. No interceptions for Peel. The defense is pretty good. Brees was okay. Okay. I see it. I can see us maybe doing something. Fair enough. Newton's kind of cooking, though. What's his... so his block shit kind of sucks. Wait, have they been developing both styles? I mean, I kind of want to just, like, cook. I don't care, dude. I'm going to put finesse. I want him to be 90 in both. That'd be so cool. Oh, what a terrible upgrade. But, hey, let's go to the divisional round. The Chiefs, we did actually beat them in the regular season. Similar overall. Pretty much the same, actually. Can we cook, though, without the Chiefs scheme? I don't know. We did have to beat them to make the Super Bowl, right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we played them. Either way, 17-0. It doesn't look good here. 77, 24-7. We really need a touchdown there. I don't think it's going to happen. The offense is just non-existent. It might be Chiefs time. Oh, maybe, though. 10 points. And unless they get field goal stop. Nope, that's a GG. That is over. I mean, good effort to not give up. But, you know, what can you say? It's just Chiefs playbook with Mahomes. Although, I mean, with 10 points needed, we get into a field goal range situation, maybe. His verticals, I love and hate it. T. Higgins in the slot this time. Not really a deep threat guy. Really should change Earl's number. Tight end inside. Perfect throw as it, like, kind of leads him upfield. Normally I would kind of, like, spike this, but let's just go. Come on! Hike! And I got to go sideline. Don't get me wrong. I seen Higgins, but Higgins middle of the field, it's a loss, right? Like, I need to get about 20-some yards for a field goal chance and, you know, a miracle onside, basically. Garrett Wilson in a pretty good spot. Brees Hall, hopefully, you know, takes that play. And that is a wind-up, but it gives him a chance. Not going to happen. I mean, it needs to happen, like, literally in 5 seconds. Otherwise, it's a GG. This time, looking to the tight end, potentially. And I'm just not even going to get a clean look. I know they blitz for a reason, but, ugh. GG. Garrett Wilson actually does have a step. Stays in bounds. Doesn't mean anything anyways. Lose by 10 to the Chiefs, unfortunately. And we're going to be back to the offseason. Falling short yet again. Look at the numbers, though. I mean, the quarterback wasn't bad, right? You know, he had to technically do more than Mahomes, right? He needed to put up more yards and put up similar touchdowns. It's just we weren't punching it in for scores, really. Is his name Tampa? TJ Tampa. Okay, fair enough. Would we have had any dev-ups? A lot of yards for the, not really a rookie anymore, but quarterback. And I just talked about, do we ever see the Falcons in the Super Bowl? And here they are, watch them win. Okay, they do lose, but how freaking comedic of timing is that? Any dev-ups? Higgins? No. Pickens does go, and so does Brees Hall, though, in fairness, to, you know, big names for us. Pickens, absolutely worth the pick. And then, obviously, Brees Hall, I mean, we're obviously going to be behind him all the way. We're going to roll him no matter what. Peel, no dev-up, which sucks. Higgins, no dev-ups, which really sucks. Dudley, did we? I think he was a star dev. Oh, no, he was superstar, actually. We drafted him as a superstar. Yeah, I mean, safety is definitely a problem. Edge, I think we've probably, I don't know if we've solved it with Duhan, but we can't really spend another pick on him on that position when Duhan's an 82 finesse guy that's only 22. So what can you do there? Bryce Huff's going to go to free agency. Maybe we draft future cornerback, but safety's the biggest need. Another linebacker wouldn't hurt. And then we don't know what's going to happen with Tyron Smith, but Bradley's waited long enough anyways. So we're in an okay spot if Peel is truly the guy, which he had a pretty good, strong season. I can't lie. But he also will be, I believe, 24 years old at 75 overall, which is worrisome. It's definitely worrisome. But let's take a look at these re-signings. If Tyron Smith is there, I suppose we keep him. $70 million left, so it's not like we're hurting for money. Bryce Huff, not a bad backup, but I'm not going to do it. Tyron's still there? Wow, okay. I mean, I'm willing to do a 1-year 20. Happy to resign. We got another year out of our really high overall lineman, Julian Love. And once again, bandage situation. I did end up giving Whitehead the 1 year. Matt Gay was pretty good. He's kind of expensive, though. 1 year 5. 40-something million left. If I was to say what position could we really use the most, safety, right? It's just pretty much safety linebacker, but linebacker is usually just not a position you want to spend money on in free agency. CJ Stroud, I'm sure at 25 years old, superstar dev, that's a guy that would hit free agency, surely. And sadly, safety doesn't seem to be a great position. Could go Malik Hooker. I'm probably going to offer him a contract and then look at the draft class. If the draft class doesn't look like it's going to turn out a decent safety for us, then we stick it out with him. If not, we go to the draft. All right, we have pick 25. There is a bunch of corners and safeties around here. I have no idea who the best one is. We could use multiple safeties, so I mean, the trade down wouldn't hurt, but I kind of want to just take whoever the best available is. There's so many good corners that could play safety, but my experience is those guys, for some reason, just don't develop. So I'm probably going to look at one of these 4 safeties here and take best available, which Johnson is probably in the lead right now. 21-year-old Calhoun, decently fast, obviously. Eli Johnson, who is 21 as well. B-Zone, also decently fast. I scouted... Okay, I guess I did scout those two. I scouted more than that, I thought, but I guess not. Another good speed. I kind of like Coleman, and he's a 2 to 3. Maybe I go for Calhoun. He's a lot of B's. He could play corner at worst. I'm going to go for Calhoun, who is hidden. That's a win. He's a little slower than I would have thought, but the speed is fine. And then the 2 to 3, I go like pick 10 and grab the other safety, and we're future-proofed at safety. Kind of caught me off guard that I had to offer more. You know, I had the second this, a fourth this, and I was like, oh, that's probably going to go. I've been accepted by like so many trades, but we move up 15 spots, giving up all that. And with this pick, we'll be taking, I believe it was Coleman, right? That was the name. And it is, I suppose Coleman is the best because he has that B zone. But we'll see. Kamani Coleman, also hidden. All right. I mean, whoever the highest overall is probably starts this upcoming season. Did we pick up a strong safety? I don't remember, but one of them is starting for sure. And then depending on Whitehead's actual like overall and his ratings, maybe even both of them start. I don't know, but looking at the linebacker position, kind of a positional need going forward too. O-line maybe, but Bradley still hasn't even gotten a start. I kind of want to trade up for Corbett because it's like Corbett, Curtis, and then I don't know about Yarborough, so can I really wait anyways? Corbett looks really good, right? A to B, and he's really fast. I'm going to trade up to the Saints, I think, and grab Corbett. All right, it costed us the rest of our draft. A little bit unrealistic. We no picks past the 65th pick in the draft, but what can you do? We've been drafting pretty long outside of this draft. Corbett, please be hidden. Another hidden. A little bit slower than I would have thought, to be honest. 4.49 with, what was it, great speed. But, hey, it's a good set of draft picks. Can't complain. So we landed, 2 safeties and a linebacker? Fixing up the defense. And if I needed something, like I really needed a lineman, I could have traded up, but we don't really need that right now. And 75, 76, 72. So it looks like Coleman will be the starter at strong safety, and then Calhoun maybe at free. He's more of a zone or a hybrid than he is an actual safety, which is a little bit of an L, I can't lie. But free safety Calhoun is star dev, and then Coleman, the automatic starter, I believe, is pretty good at zone, actually. Let's take a look at his dev. He is also star, so nothing crazy going on there. And then I don't think we even need to move Corbett's position, but I'll take a look anyways. Good block shed, pretty damn good tackle. His dev, probably superstar. Nope, I was kind of feeling superstar. Those outside linebackers usually superstar, but not today. Decent draft, though. I mean, I know it's only 3 players, but we were really struggling for safeties, and we landed 2 hidden in one draft. Like, I normally, A, just don't draft safety high, and B, land normals left and right. So we didn't really even pick up a plan at safety because I was like, if we have someone, we'll just, not worry about Malik Hooker. Whitehead is very slow. I think I'm going to start Calhoun. We're gonna start the rookies, both of them. Season 4. Quarterback still only a 75 overall, like we said. He's going to be 24 here. I mean, his short accuracy kind of sucks, but everything else is pretty strong. So hopefully he can just do well like last year, maybe even improve a little bit. The team actually does look pretty good, but we're going to be losing the left guard most likely after the season's over. I'm surprised he's even here at this point. Need a new right now, but maybe Corbett's that guy. Safeties, we appear to have the future there. Edge rush, Newton's a high overall. Duhan's young. John Franklin Meyer needs, he needs to be replaced, but we have Spurlock, who really hasn't developed because he hasn't played. But, he's still young enough. Does he need a contract this year? He might even need one. He needs one soon. But, he's still young enough, so he'll probably take that spot next season where we likely do our final year. We have a lot of money and a lot of names to re-sign. Quentin Williams is a 4-year deal type of guy minimum. Let's do 5. Does that be 34 years old? That's fair enough. Newton needs a contract. Obviously, we pay him. He's like our best edge rusher, if you even want to call him that, by far. 5-year, 110. It's good money for both. It's, 22 per? Barton. Now, that's a question mark because that is a lot of money. Carson could be the future of the cornerback spot. He's 24. He's still got time to develop. 5-year 30. 5-year 35 maybe is the one that gets it. Elijah Vera-Tucker, that's another that's another 20 mil per. So if we're even thinking about Elijah Vera-Tucker, then we should obviously pay Barton, right? There we go. That's a little bit less than 20 per. It's a lot of money for Elijah Vera. John Franklin, I think we let go. I think he'll be 31 without the dev. If he got to superstar, he would have been so good. We're going to lose the tight end backup as well. The team's getting worse, but we will have a lot of money left over, which, if there's a big name free agent, means, maybe we get a truly, game-changing edge rusher or something like that. I'm debating on if I want to go Elijah Vera-Tucker because, our left tackle spot's been pretty bad, no? He's played pretty badly, right? 15 sacks, allowed another 8 this season. 85 overall. I think I'm going to let him go. All right, we're in the playoffs, but maybe a win would get us the bye week. It's not going to. Even with the win, 13-4, not good enough for the bye week as the Chiefs are 14-3. Gotta say, though, this quarterback he's kind of a good leader, right? He's actually kind of cooking. Once again, didn't change the schemes up at all. I know, the running back, the tight end, some of these guys are getting really good overalls, so that's probably helping as well, whereas other teams are probably losing starters. People are retiring, they're regressing and whatnot. We're just constantly kind of improving. Peel, interceptions are down, yards are similar, touchdowns are down, though. Breece Hall was great yet again. Garrett Wilson was pretty good. Higgins was decent. Pickens was pretty good. Earl was decent. Looking at the O-line, Elijah Vera-Tucker back-to-back seasons allowing 15 sacks, so why pay him? Honestly, why? John Franklin Myers, of course, needs a contract. Finally gets the superstar, potentially. Duhan was great. Newton was pretty good, and then Williams was pretty good again. Sauce Gardner, 7 interceptions. Doesn't really matter. He's already an X factor, but we like it. Matt Gay misses 1 out of 15. Bjorquez, 51.7 yards per punt. Our quarterback's a little bit of a lower overall, but could it be the year, though? Maybe, right? 89 overall, 13-4. That's like they were playing against the Bills. They were 1 loss away from being knocked out, probably. End of the game. See, if this Falcons offense doesn't work for us to win a Super Bowl this year or get close, probably going to switch to the Chiefs. Now, can you really say we deserve it? We have a really good team. Quarterback's a little bit of a lower overall, but we've seen worse quarterbacks win it all, so it's got to be scheme-based, kind of, it feels. All right, 1 minute left. Do you want to do too much to get this play? The team's setting up for the field goal yet. Look at the clock. Look at the clock. Can I choose a play? I guess we're just going to... Can I hike it? No? Okay. And that's going to be grounding. Nice. I love this game. It's just so flawless. You got 18 seconds left, clock's moving, and, from the 26-yard line, instead of getting closer, you do that. Now, because the game's the way it is, I'm going to be kicking this field goal myself because I kind of cucked them out. I'll probably be the one to miss the field goal anyways, but whatever. I'm going to kick the field goal. We move on to the divisional round by me kicking a field goal. I don't care. It should have been a chip shot. I kind of sold a little bit. What can I do? What can I do? Did I sell? I missed the kick. I'm done. I'm whatever. Oh, the ice kick is actually kind of tough. The kick bar came on very quickly there. I was not ready for it. Jets have won. Just win the game. So stupid. 18 seconds left, and the clock's just running, and we just have no care in the world. We just don't care. We're walking up to the line of scrimmage while the clock runs. And yes, you can maybe argue that teams in real life would be like, screw it, I'm just going to kick the field goal. I'm not risking anything else. But, like, why? Oh! 75-yard rushing touchdown out the gate. If you get a stop, you win. And they get a 39-yard touchdown. Any points wins the game, though. Any points at all wins the game. We win the game. I was, like, debating on backing out and just, like, force winning. I was like, yeah, but that wouldn't be fair, technically. Don't need it. Breece Hall with one of the greatest rushing performances in playoff history. The hero. Holy crap, that left tackle needs to be fired. Duhan is due him. Unbelievable, especially with the missed kicks from Matt Gay. I know I missed one, but he missed one on his own. Breece Hall was crazy, though. The pass rush was crazy. Breece Hall was crazy. And we're moving on to the divisional round. Should have maybe been like the championship round, kind of, but we're just happy to be here, realistically. And once again, I don't know why I click in on these, because they're going to just use the highest archetype anyways. So, like, what am I even doing here? But let's move on to the division round. Hope it's not the Chiefs. It can't be the Chiefs, actually. Well, it could be, but it's, like, unlikely, right? Because we're a high seed, they're a high seed. No, it's actually impossible because we have the number 2 seed. So, they play the Titans, that's a guarantee. So, if we win this game, we have to play the Chiefs to win out. The Cowboys, of course, at the 7th seed sneak in. Watch them be the NFC competitors. It's just pain. We're 4 overalls higher than them, but will it matter? It is a snowy one, though. Is that right to left? Okay, I mean, the 7-3, fair enough. 10-7. Come on, offense. Defense is doing pretty good for you. Offense just needs a score. Short field given up by the offense. Almost gave him a score. Up by 13. One touchdown would do it easily. Defense is carrying. Defense carries! We're headed to the championship round. Could you imagine the Titans win? Could you imagine? Peel wasn't great. Hall was pretty good. T. Higgins beats his former team. Mo Hurst, really? 3 sacks? Okay. Duhan, I mean, he's just insane. Okay, I like it. Block kick for Matt Gay, but, you know, that happens, and it's snowy, so what can you say? Winning by 12 against the Bengals. Not bad. I know it's a snowy one, but still. Come on, let it be the Titans. Of course, of course. Was it at least like a close game? Was it at least like a fair match? Of course, they didn't have to play the first round, actually. I mean, they only lost by 8, so do we have a chance? Maybe. San Fran versus the Panthers. It's not the Cowboys, at least, so if we were to somehow win this game, I mean, it's not the Cowboys, so 90 overall versus 90 overall. Here we go. Thought I saw a glimpse of who won on the bottom. I don't know, though. Last time we played this Chiefs team, it wasn't even close. 14-7. I mean, the offense is keeping up, even though the defense is kind of struggling. 17-14. I mean, that's a lead at half. Up 10. Only up 3 now. They get the stop. Come on, score. One more touchdown. I think we've won. Have we? We have. 45-28. Headed to the Super Bowl. Peel's kind of him. Did he outperform Mahomes? He did. Holy. Of course, Breece Hall with all those touchdowns. I mean, Pacheco with a 96-yarder, and they lost. Like, finally, Garrett Wilson really, like, shows himself as a number 1 wide receiver. No sacks this time. And we are headed back to the big game. Can it be? Can it really be the Super Bowl victory? I'm just going to skip all this. Earl's an 86 overall, though. Give the man some credit. Of course, it's, 4 years down the line, but he's actually developing with the squad, which I like to see. And it's the Panthers. Now, I don't want to get too excited because the Panthers scheme sometimes does cook pretty hard, but we have 5 overalls on them. Let's see how they got here now. Go to the wild card round. Obviously, they had a play in it. They beat the Eagles. That's a tough team by 7. Then they beat the Packers by 3. Okay, that's not the hardest, I suppose. And then they beat the Niners by 13. Please, let us win. Before we do anything, though, let's take a look at the dev up. Do we have anyone cooking? Really, no Peel. He's got insane morale here, though. +7. Like, that is crazy how high that morale is. Short route accuracy is kind of iffy, but that morale is insane. No dev up still for John Franklin Myers. Dudley does go to X Factor, though. And sadly, Newton and Duhan neither goes up to Superstar, but still, it was a great season for the defense. We had some numbers for once. The offense is playing really well in the playoffs. Let's win ourselves a Super Bowl ring. 5 overalls up on them. Come on. For all the marbles. Kind of, actually not the easiest team we faced. Was it? I don't know, but 14-0 already. 21-0. We have 5 overalls on them, yay. Please relinquish the rights. Please. All right, just like that, though, the comeback is on. 4th and 10, they have to punt. What the hell are we doing? Was that back-to-back runs after we got penalized on the first? I mean, what are we doing? EA, please. This tight end is freaking huge, though. Maybe it's T. Higgins on the inside. Garrett Wilson. A little overthrown, but he can catch that, and he sucks. Oh, my God. How does Garrett Wilson not even come close? That's crazy. Not the best throw, but that's catchable. That is catchable. 100%. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 3. They're just running it down, and, I mean, a touchdown at best ties it. What are they going to do on 4th and 3? They're at least going to go for it. 2 plays in a row where you can't get anything with this offense. And a touchdown for, okay, apparently it's a throwaway, but it's a throwaway touchdown. And on 3rd and 10, we had a chance to stop them. It's going to be overtime at least. And then looks like they might score 4th and 11, and they don't get a blocked field goal. The blocked field goal, and we win. Unbelievable. 21-0. Was it into halftime? I don't even know. But 21-0, we came back and won the Super Bowl. Has anyone ever come back from 21-0? Probably not. Probably not. Like, 21-0 is like, okay, they can't score. They've given up 21. They probably aren't scoring more than 10 this game. It's just not going to happen. But they came back from what almost looked like a shutout and win the Super Bowl. Unbelievable. The Jets are Super Bowl champions. I'd want to say it's due in part to Rodgers, but it really isn't. It's just not. I suppose we kind of like drafted and traded in a direction that would have helped Rodgers immediately that ended up helping long-term for Peel, but hey, Super Bowl is a Super Bowl. I don't care who the damn quarterback is, but we got to 2 Super Bowls and we won one of them. Peel cooked. 400 yards, 4 touchdowns pretty much. Hall wasn't even that much of a help. Peel said, you had me all this time, I got you. And Garrett Wilson, he did his thing. 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. It's one of the best Super Bowl performances ever, maybe the best. An interception for Sauce. Both kickers missing a field goal, but ours, just missed. Theirs was blocked. And 1 Lombardi trophy. All right, let's see her. Let's see these overalls. Let's go to the quarterback first because he's only an 80 overall anyways. Actually, we just saw him, but deep and medium is pretty good. Obviously, throw power is insane. Under pressure is pretty good. Short is non-existent. Same as play action, throw under pressure, awareness, and break sack. But I suppose if you were developing a quarterback, I don't know. I probably would switch deep and short, but you don't really care too much about throwing the run if you're not that fast. You don't really care about play action that much. Awareness doesn't really matter. Break sack doesn't matter. So they're decent ratings to have up. I suppose it's not the worst ones to have suck. Garrett Wilson never got higher than star, which is an absolute crime. Release never went up. Pretty damn fast. Pretty good route running across. Great catching, but 77 release would be such a waste for him. T. Higgins 90 overall, which kind of tells me he might have already regressed. Very good at everything except for deep route and being fast. No regression, actually, because I don't think he actually get that until next week. Breece Hall ended up becoming a 99 overall, like right at the end of this thing. Has a little bit of trucking, very fast, obviously. Insane change of direction. Great juke move, great spin, great carrying. Just a solid running back, obviously. Looking at the O-line, I guess we'll look at both Tippmann and Elijah Vera-Tucker. Elijah Vera-Tucker never really got that high of an overall. 85, 86 kind of seemed like his max. And he started giving up a bunch of sacks at tackle, but he's not the worst guy I've seen. His finesse blocking's great, and he is a tackle, so that's what I'd want him to be good at. And then Tippmann, Barton, I guess. I don't really care. It's, it's CPU generated. You see these all the time. Tippmann, finesse blocking's terrible, but he's a guard, so or interior guard / center, so that's fine as well. We're going to take a look at Barton now, who's an 85 overall. What is he, 25? So that's why I kind of like these sliders for XP. Maybe you could bump him a little higher than 150, 160, because, you know, you look at the other side, no run block at all. Like, nothing. He's not even like a finesse or a power guy. He's just not a guy that wants to run block. Oh, I almost forgot Pickens, who was just insane. You know, his deving was crazy, off the freaking radar. 89 catching, great short, great medium, great catch in traffic. Run block's insane. Speed never really got up there, though. I think 85 is what he spawned with. I don't know why I said spawned. That's weird. But defensively, White, you know, all these guys kind of had to sit for a year, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of hard to develop when you're sitting. And linebackers do take a lot of effort and a lot of luck to develop quickly. As you can see, Dudley, you know, he started as a superstar, went up to X Factor, and you know, even though it is a short time and he's still really young, you know, even he's only like an 83 overall. So, obviously, if you're not a superstar at the gate, you don't go to X Factor, you don't have a great season, you know, it's going to be impossible to get up higher than that. Calhoun and Coleman, the rookie safety duo, though. You know, Calhoun could probably be corner. Doesn't, you know, we don't really want him to be, but he could if he needed to, which is, you know, proof of his versatility. Coleman, 84 zone already. So, the rookie safety group was actually really good. Probably the best rookie safety group I've drafted in some time in Madden. Which isn't saying a whole lot, to be fair, because, you know, they're not that great. Sauce Gardner, almost 99 everything. That matters, right? Just ridiculous. I don't even think he can upgrade. Yeah, he's max, which is not bad. That's a really good max to beat. 97 zone with 99 man, 99, was it 99 press? Very close to, at least. Carson, the 83 overall, still pretty young. Gave him a long-term deal and has great man coverage. Okay zone. He's in a good spot. What else do we have? Duhan, I know we, you know, kind of looked at him recently, but he really killed it. You know, first year as a starter, almost double digit, and then in the playoffs, he basically almost had double digits in the playoffs. So, you know, combined 15-plus sacks on the season when you count postseason and regular season. Newton, obviously, dual threat, ridiculous. Played him on the edge because he had the speed and talent to pass rush, and, I mean, he finally broke out a little bit near the end. Don't really need to see John Franklin Myers. He's more regressed than he is good. And then obviously Quentin Williams, insane. 97 block shed, 95 power move, strong as hell, 99 play rec, 97 tackle, 98 awareness, 86 excel. He's insanely fast. The pursuit's crazy. I mean, there's not really much to hate about him. There really isn't. And that's going to be it for this rebuild. If there's a rebuild you think I need to do an updated version of, like the Bengals were like 13-4 or something, or some team was really good, but they're not right now, or some team was really bad, but they are good right now, let me know. If there's a team I haven't done at all realistically, let me know. If there's a challenge rebuild you want to see, I've got ideas, but, you know, they're kind of dwindling down. I've done a lot of ideas. Some I've never even done on the channel before. You know, I did a couple, like the one where you draft the position that was drafted right before you. I don't think I did that before this year, and, you know, there's a couple of other ideas I have. The length of which I need to go to do them, though, is kind of throwing me off. But maybe anyways, we can do them. Like I said, leave a like if you like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your continued support on the channel a ton. Maybe a franchise video for the Bears tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Spider-Man, you know, on the second channel. Spider-Man 2 on the second channel. I'm trying to do at least one a week. I want to get 2 a week, but, you know, the uploads do take a long time. Like, this video took me about 5 hours to record minimum. That doesn't count rendering, editing, exporting, all that stuff. Obviously, exporting comes before rendering anyways. But, you know, I'll try. And we'll have a couple videos on the weekend. And, yeah, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. And then that second channel, if, you know, the video's there, second channel, Pkr Plays, for that Spider-Man playthrough. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, I'll see ya.